Michelle here. Now, before I go any further, if you could do me a favor and comment if you can hear me okay. I think that with my earphones not being in, you weren't able to hear my volume, but I want to make sure that you can hear me okay before I dive into our daily dose of design, episode number 3. So I am so excited to be able to chat with you guys today about the topic that we're going to share. But first, I want to make sure that you can hear me. Hey, Jerry, I'm glad you're here. Can you guys hear me okay? If you could give me a thumbs up or a like in the comments, and then that way I know that we are good to go. Because before I was just chatting away. Okay, you can hear me fine. Yay. Okay, good. So, hello. Michelle here with My Designs in the Chaos, where it's always my goal to develop, encourage, and grow your crafting talent and confidence. And we are currently on a 30-day series called The Daily Dose of Design, where I am sharing about all things SVG files and all things about designing them and getting your questions answered. Hello. I'm so glad that you guys are all here with me today. So today's topic that we're going to be talking about is actually when I had a question on my blog yesterday. So I had a question on my blog yesterday, and that is what kind of prompted the topic that I'm going to share with you guys today. Good morning, Vicki. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Debbie. I'm glad that you guys are all here with me. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this blog comment, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. So again, we are live on Daily Dose of Design, episode number 3, where I'm doing 30 days of answering your questions all about SVG files and designing them. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you here so that you can see this comment from yesterday. So I got this comment from Vanessa that says, I love all of your designs. You're so talented. Thank you for offering so many for free. I appreciate that you're honest about being able to download them for free. So many sites advertise things that are simply untrue. Unlike you, I refer people to your site whenever I can. First of all, I want to say thank you so much, Vanessa, for referring people over to our site. If you haven't had a chance to check out our website yet, I'm going to go ahead and put it up right here in the crawler. We've got tons of goodies over there at mydesignsandthechaos.com. Make sure to go check it out. But the part that really struck me on this was so many sites advertise things that are simply untrue. And that got me thinking. I feel like in the SVG designing world, there is a really fine line between what is a designer that I can trust and what is an untrusted source. And as a consumer, it can be very difficult to distinguish, is this a trusted place where I can be getting designs from, or is this not a trusted place where I can be getting designs from? And so many times it's hard to tell, is this place what they say they are, or is this place not what they say they are? And so it's hard to tell between the two. And so so today's question is, where can I find SVG files, and how do I know if it's a trusted designer or not a trusted designer? Because I don't know about you, when I first started crafting, I would hop on Etsy or I'd search online and I'd look for a place, and it was really hard to determine, is this a place that I can be getting SVG files from? Is this a trusted source, or am I going to spend money and it's going to be I'm not going to get a quality file, or is this illegal, or has anybody ever had that happen to them? Because I know it's happened to me before, or you get something from somewhere and then a week later the shop is shut down and it's very, very confused. And so today's episode is all about where to find SVG files and how to tell if where you're getting them from is a trusted source. Now, before I dive deep into this, I do want to say as a caveat that there is always exceptions to every rule, right? There's exceptions to every rule. So I'm going to give you some general guidelines so that you can gauge if this place that you're getting them from is a trusted source or not. But keep in mind, there's always exceptions, okay? So the first thing that you want to look at when you're trying to decide, is this a trusted location of where I can get SVG files, is you want to look at, do they have their own website? Or are they on a platform that vets their designers? Now, when I say vets their designers, that means they have to kind of submit an application. They can't just go open up a shop today. They have to kind of show, here's some of my work. They have to show a body of art that they've produced in order to be able to be on that platform. So let me give you some examples. And the reason why I say their own website is because a lot of times places that have their own website are invested in building their business the proper way. Keep in mind that's not always the case, but that's a great thing to look at when you're first trying to decide, is this a trusted source or not? So do they have their own website, or are they on a platform that vets their designers? So places that vet their designers, a place like So Fancy, they vet their designers. A place like Design Bundles, they vet their designers. So if they have a shop on one of those places, probably that's a green flag that it's going to be a trusted original source, okay? And so if they're on Etsy, they could still be a trusted source, but Etsy doesn't vet their designers. So you could have a shop that is selling stolen images pop up, sell a bunch of stuff, close down, and be gone. Whereas there are other platforms, like I mentioned, like So Fancy or Design Bundles, or those are places that vet their designers first. So that's the first thing that you want to look at. Do they have their own website? Because typically places that have their own website are spending the time and energy to build their brand over the long term. So that's number one. Number two, the second kind of red flag or thing that you want to look for when you're trying to figure out, is this a trusted place that I can get my designs from? Are they selling or distributing trademarked items? Now, what is a trademarked item, you might ask? Well, this is something that you would recognize. So if they are selling or distributing Disney, if they're selling or distributing Nike, anything that another brand has built that you recognize as that brand is probably a trademarked item. Okay. And so if they are selling those, that's illegal unless they have some sort of an agreement where they've purchased the rights to be able to do that. Which is very, very expensive, and most small shops do not. But that's kind of a big red flag if they're selling trademarked items. And Lisa asked a question: what about the groups that give you what they call SVG file dumps, like here on Facebook? And I'm actually going to talk about that. That's one of the things I want to talk about, but I can go ahead and address that now. If they are not giving credit to the original designer, that's a red flag. If they're just giving you an image and not crediting the original designer of that item, and they're just saying, oh, I got it from Google. Well, everything on Google has an original source, right? And if they're not crediting the original source, that's stealing from the person who designed it. And again, I know that some of these things might be controversial today, and it is a little more inconvenient, but the whole purpose of this industry is to support the original designer, just like we want to support small business owners and small creatives and crafters and small businesses. So it's really important that from the digital aspect that we're able to vet those designers and make sure that we're able to know where our files are coming from if we didn't uniquely create them ourselves. So number one, look if they have their own website or if they're on a platform that vets their designers. Number two, if they are selling trademarked items, huge red flag, big no-no, because legally they don't have the right to do that. Number three, check out their socials. Look and see, do they have social proof? Do they have a following? What are they sharing on their socials? Are they doing these SVG file dumps that are actually illegal? Or are they producing unique original files that they have created? Are they sharing a screenshot for you to clean up the image? If they do that, red flag, that's not a spot that is a trusted source that you want to be getting your files from. You should never have to clean up an SVG file. However, if it is designed properly, it should be totally cleaned and ready to go. So check out their social media. What are they posting about? What are they sharing? What content are they providing for you? And that should give you a clear direction of which way. And sometimes they don't have a social media. And then it's like, okay, that's a red flag. Okay. So that's number 3. Check out their socials. Number 4, the next thing I want you to look at is how many items are in their shop. If they just have like 5 items in their shop, yes, they just could be a new designer. But if you wait a week and there's nothing new that's been added, it could be a red flag. Is this a pop-up stolen shop, or is this a high quality person who is actually creating a long-term business as a designer? Or are they stealing other people's things to resell? So that's something to look at too. How many items are in their shop and on their website and on their platform that they're selling and in their social media, like all of those things. So look at that. How many items are there? And the last thing that I want you to do when you're trying to vet these designers and places to get your designs from is read the reviews. Read the reviews, read the comments. What are people saying about this shop? Are they, what are they sharing about? Are they saying that the file had a whole lot of nodes? It was really hard to cut. Like we talked about in episode number 2, if a file has a whole bunch of little nodes, a lot of times that's a red flag that it's a traced design. And we want to be able to use designs that are originally created, not necessarily traced. So read the reviews and the comment section to be able to kind of distinguish what's happening here. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, there is exceptions to every rule. There are brand new shops that might not have reviews yet. There are brand new places that only have a few items in their shop. And so that's okay. We all have to start from scratch. But at the same time, just watch and see, is it growing over time? Okay. So I want you to kind of keep those things in mind. And as another tip, this will be number 6, kind of look at their brand as a whole. Is it a cohesive unit? Like, do you see similar color schemes when you're looking at their Facebook, when you're looking at their Pinterest, when you're looking at their shop, when you're looking at their shop maybe on Design Bundles and their shop on Etsy? Does it all kind of go together? That's another green flag if it goes together, that this is a person who's building a brand as a whole, not just a one-stop, come trace my files, or one-stop, I stole these images. Okay. So kind of keep that in mind. Does it have a cohesive brand to it, or is it just like one place that doesn't really have any kind of a connection to any of the other platforms that they're on? Okay, so those are your 6 things that I want you to look for when you're trying to determine, is this shop a place that I can go, or is this not a trusted source of where I can go? And again, this stems from a comment on my blog yesterday of how there are places that do, unfortunately, hijack designs or dupe people on getting a file. So again, really quickly, the website, or are they on a platform that vets their designers? Number 2, are they selling trademarked items? Number 3, check out their socials. Number 4, how many items are in their shop? Number 5, make sure to read the reviews and the comments. And then number 6, do they have a cohesive brand? Now, really quickly, I want to share with you a couple places that I know the designers in these places because they have been through our course 123 SVG. So if you're looking, where do I go to get designs? I wanted to give a couple of these things in action. I wanted to give you a couple examples of places in action. And so let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you and share with you a couple spots that are trusted by me because I taught them and they've been through my programs, and I know that these are original spots. And so, like I mentioned, every single one of these, there might be a little caveat of somebody who's new or something like that, but I want to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you again. So this was the comment that started today's question. It says, so many sites advertise things that are simply untrue, and I just don't want you to feel like that. So the first spot that I want to highlight today is Special Heart Studio. If you guys love paper layered images, Joa is an amazing designer. She's a great trusted spot. She's been through our our programs, 123 SVG, on learning how to design her files. And it's really, really cool. I highly, highly recommend. But if you notice, she has her own website, and you'll see that she's posting there frequently all kinds of great designs that you can go and download. The next spot that I want to share with you is called Main Road Digital Creations. And this is Tracy's website. Tracy is another great spot. She has really beautiful files. They're very intricate. She does little keychains with them. Again, she's been through our program. She's got her own website. She's got a shop on design bundles. She's another trusted source. She's got a shop on Etsy. You can see here. She's got them all linked on her website. There's cohesive branding. Again, all these things that I talked about, that points you towards this is a trusted spot that you can go to get design. The next place that I want to share with you is Rosie Owl Designs. Let me see if my computer will catch up with me for a second. I can flip over here to the next spot. Here we go, Rosie Owl Designs. Now, I wanted to share this one with you because she is actually on design bundles. And so just because a designer is not on their own website doesn't necessarily mean they're not a trusted source. Again, when they're on a website that vets you, meaning they check before they allow your items to be on there, that's a great spot to go. And so I encourage you, go check out Rosie Owl Design. She has all kinds of cute stuff. You can see her designs here. She's got all kinds of things for spring, and her designs are really cute. Again, she's been through our programs, and another trusted spot. Now, I know that I mentioned being on a vetted platform, but there's also, just because you're on Etsy doesn't mean your place. You can still be a trusted resource and be on Etsy. And so Cozy Bunny Designs, that's another great spot. This is over on Etsy that you can go. She's, again, been through all of our programs, learned how to design through our course. And she's another great spot. Like, look, she's got these beautiful brush strokes that you can purchase. And she's got some really, really cute designs in her store. And so, again, I'm just kind of highlighting that there's a lot of different ways to be able to tell. Like, you can look here at Sunshine SVGs and more. She's got 391 sales. She's got 5-star reviews, all kinds of great designs. There's a lot of really high quality places out there that produce original files for you to be able to access and utilize. And then you've got Online Teacher Designs. This is another one. Her stuff is all about teachers. So if you're a teacher, you want to go check it out because there's all kinds of cute stuff here. But she's got some really cute things there. And so I just kind of wanted to do some and some of these examples that I've talked about in action, because I think it's important to see these things in action. So here's another one. This is another Etsy shop, Cheryl's She Shed, and you can kind of see her designs here. And then the last one that I want to share is So Simple Home is Chelsea. She has her own blog that she has. You can see she has her Welcome to Spring SVG. It's the very first, most recent design there on her blog. And so these are all great spots for you to be able to go grab some SVG files that are from trusted places, and of course our own website, mydesignsinthechaos.com, which is linked right down below. So again, today's episode number 3 is prompted by where do you find SVG files and how do you determine if it's a trusted place or not. Make sure to follow those 6 tips. Do they have their own website, or are they on a vetted platform? Number 2, are they selling trademarked items? If so, that's a huge red flag. Number 3, go check out their socials. What are they sharing and talking about on their social medias? Number 4, how many items do they have in their shop, and is it growing over time? Number 5, make sure to read the reviews and comments. And then number 6, do they have branding? Is their feel cohesive? If you look at their shop on different platforms, do things kind of match together? And that should help give you a good guide of if it's a trusted place that you can get designs from. I am so grateful that you're here. If you have a question that you would love for me to answer during this process of our daily dose of design, then I would love it if you sent me an email specifically with your question. Because, like I said, today's question came from a comment on our blog from yesterday. And I'm going to put my email right up here, info@mydesignsandthechaos.com. So shoot over your email to me, and maybe you'll be featured on one of our daily dose of design episodes. And I've also had a request if you guys could get these daily in your email without knowing what time are you going to be live and where is it going to be and all that kind of stuff. And so if you would like to have this daily dose of design series directly to your inbox for the next 30 days as I produce them live, then sign up on the link right up above. I put a link there. Add in your email to that, and I will send these out every single day once they go live so that you don't miss a single episode. So you are so welcome. Yes, absolutely, Johanne. That I will put those links. I will add those links. It's online teacher designs was the teacher spot that I shared, onlineteacherdesigns.com. And so, like I said, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out via email. Make sure to connect and click to get these in your inbox every single day. And then I will see you guys back tomorrow with episode number 4 of the Daily Dose of Design, where we talk about all things SVG files and related to designing. Y'all have a great day, and I can't wait to connect with you more. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.